All right, moving on. As AI continues to advance at quite a pace, President Trump says he wants to make sure our kids know how to use it to get ahead. Last month, he signed an executive order to add AI to the K through 12 curriculum. How would that look in practice, and what would it take to get it up and running, and what would it do for our kids? Joining us now to talk about all of it is Sal Khan, the founder and CEO of the education platform Khan Academy, which my kids use, which I have used. It's great for cribbing about segments you know nothing about. It's a wonderful resource. Sal, great to see you. So I remember not long ago, the Wall Street Journal had a big article about how screen time in K through 12 had just exploded over the last decade, and it wasn't clear what the benefit was. This sounds like adding more screen time. How do you feel about it in general, and do you think this is going to help kids?
Yeah, I'm as concerned about screen time as any parent or person out there. But I always point out it's neutral. You can do really good things with screen time. I think most parents or teachers would be happy if students spent time programming a computer, writing a paper, doing research, editing video, doing something creative, hopefully something like Khan Academy as well. But even there, you have to do it in moderation. Every parent would love their child to read a book, but if the child only read books all day and didn't go outside or talk to friends, you'd be worried. So I think it's all about not using a screen for the sake of using a screen or just to look modern. It's about what are our goals here. I think the opportunities with AI are to drive a little bit more personalization. Every teacher with a classroom of 30 knows that those 30 students are all in 30 different places. They wish they had teaching assistants the way that professors do in college. And maybe AI can help teachers prepare for class with things like lesson planning, grading papers, progress reports, and also help students while keeping the teacher in the loop.
Now, Saul, a lot of teachers talk about how they are understaffed, overworked. Isn't this just now one more thing to add to their plate?
Yes and no. And Khan Academy, we're a nonprofit, but we've been guilty of it in the past too. We tell people, look at all of our efficacy studies. Teachers, if you only learn this one more thing, it'll improve your students' outcomes. But as you mentioned, they're already stretched thin, and it's one more thing to learn. And yes, AI is yet another thing to learn, but we already have evidence from a lot of the school districts that we're working with that it's saving their teachers 5 to 10 hours a week, time that they would have spent with lesson planning, grading papers, progress reports. And so there's a payoff pretty quickly for a teacher, and then obviously they get the benefits of being able to personalize and hopefully improve students' outcomes.
But Sal, let's linger on those outcomes for a second. We're all about, the point of education is to prepare kids to be citizens, but also to be members of the economy, to have jobs. What skills, based on your experience so far, do kids today need in order to make it in the AI world we're all building right now?
Yeah, time will tell for sure. But my sense is I kind of call myself a traditionalist plus. I think the traditional reading, writing, mathematics, humanities, I think these are more important than ever. We all hear these stories about artificial intelligences that can pass different tests operated at the 80th or 90th percentile. And that's not a reason why our kids should be able to check out from their studies. That's a reason why they have to get even better, because no one wants someone no one wants to manage, no one wants an editor who can't write as well as the staff writers. No one wants a software architect who can't code as well as the actual software engineers. And in the future, we'll all be managing teams of AIs to help us write, help us create things. And you need to be able to keep up with that. Now, on top of that, there's also going to be the skill of using these tools. And it's not that I can say, oh, you need to use tool X, Y, or Z. These tools are changing so fast. It's really going to be a meta skill of being able to go out there, and whatever the new tools are, the tools are going to look dramatically different in 3 years, much less, 10 years. How do you put those things together and use them in new ways? And people who can do that, I think, are going to be pretty effective.
Yeah, in 20 years, we're going to be asking our kids to help us do whatever it is, book the flights using AI, because I'm going to have no idea how to do it. All right, Sal, thank you so much for joining us.